Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel and today's video. So the Swedish word of the day is ugly, which is in Swedish ful. Ful. So I picked this word because it has been on my mind for quite a while, and I think that it's a little bit funny because you know the word beautiful, that is full is how we spell ful. So when I was 10 years old and started to learn English, we thought that it was so much fun and we called each other beautiful because it was ugly, you know, so yeah. Anyway, today I'm going to do a little get ready with me, so this is gonna be probably a little bit of a longer video. I'm just gonna chat and do my makeup, and I actually have this Morphe Pride palette because Jessica, which I have talked about so much, Stars Haul with Jessica, she asked me if I had this palette and I was like, no I don't, but I think it's really pretty, and she bought it because she bought it for her and she bought it for me. So she asked if I had it because she didn't want to buy it to me if I already had it, and I was like, oh my god, she's such a sweetie, she's such a doll. I'm so thankful for her sending me this palette. I consider Jessica as a friend. I think that she is absolutely fantastic, and I will link her down below. Jessica is just, there's something about her. She's currently my favorite channel. I watch all of her videos and I watch them more than twice. So I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but I just adore her channel and I absolutely adore her. But I want to show you this palette. So this is what it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. I was actually this close on purchasing it for myself. I went to the website, but there was something, I don't know what it was. So yeah, I am just gonna prime because I forgot to do that, and then we're gonna do something with eyes. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Sometimes, like, this is what the palette looks like. It's a beautiful rainbow palette. I wanted to do something blue, but I feel like I don't really have any matte blues. As you can see, this is matte, but then all of these are just shimmers except for the black. Also, if you look at it, like if you look at the greens right here, you can see that there isn't a lot of depth in it. So I really appreciate the fact that they put in a black, because I think that the black will do a lot for this palette. I am going to start off with the shade Truth, which is this one. It's a really big palette, but it also comes with a mirror, by the way. And then I'm just gonna take this in my outer corner right here. So I had some time to think a little bit, and I realized that I may not want to do true crime videos anymore because it was just too much. You know, I love watching true crime and everything, but it is a whole another level when you do it yourself. And I will tell you that, you know, everyone complains about how much YouTube takes and so on, like how much time it takes, and it really does. But the true crime videos, they are insane. I kid you not. And I think that I kind of put too much pressure on myself because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do all of the research, you know, I'm gonna be the new Stephanie Harlow. And then I realized that, you know what, that is not something I can do, and I need to cut back a little bit. I talked to you guys about this on Instagram, and I tried to say, like, it's not that I'm not gonna do any research because I still will. I think I'm gonna take the shade Parade now, which is this one. I'm just gonna take a teensy bit of this right here. You know, I could sit for over 2 days just doing research, just trying to do my manuscript and fix the timeline so it would be interesting, and it has been hard. So I got a lot of people who asked me, like, when is the next true crime video coming up, like when is it coming up, when is it coming up, and I just felt like, whoa, I can't do it. I love doing them and I love researching them and so on, but if it's gonna take that much time, I just cannot do it. You know, it's different if you have this as your full-time job, then you have the hours to spend on that. But for me, I don't. I have so much to deal with, so to me it just Wait, I'll be right back. I just need to fix something. I am back. I had to place an order, so I bought some new clothes. A lot of you guys often ask me where I buy my clothes, and I usually buy them from boohoo.com. I like the fact that they have affordable clothes. I think that they have really stylish clothes, and yeah. So I purchased some new dresses, some new shirts for summer, and then 2 pairs of shoes. And then of course some earrings, because I'm obsessed with earrings. Now I'm gonna take the shade Nature, which is this beautiful green, and then I'm just gonna blend it upwards right here. But yeah, anyway, let's just ignore the true crime videos. I just wanna say that I have decided I am gonna continue doing them, but I'm just gonna lower my standards. I don't need to read a full report. The main thing is that I get the case out there and I talk about it, and of course if you want to know more about the case you can always do research yourself. I really like this Nature shade. I thought that it was real stunning, and I really want to use the shade Liberation today, like this one. It has such a beautiful like green shift to it. I'm actually gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna take the shade Sunlight and just apply a little bit of yellow to this. So I'm just taking it like right on top of the green, not too much, but just a little bit. Oh, another thing I have been doing is to cut back on videos. I was getting so depressed, and you know, I have said that some things were going to change this year and I would have less time for YouTube. So previously, like last year, I uploaded every single day, and then I cut back to like 6 to 7 times a week. And now I've done 5 times a week this year, and now I have cut back to 4 videos a week. With the 2 true crime videos, I don't have time to do 5 videos a week, because the true crime videos takes so much time from me to like edit, to do the research and such. So I decided to do that because I do enjoy doing them, and I thought that I might do like half and half when it comes to Will I Buy It videos, like every other week instead of doing every week. So I'm taking a mix of Sexuality and #LoveWens, and then I'm just gonna take them like right here. I just wanna make it a tad more purple. I'm taking a little bit of the shade Truth, which is this really deep purple. I'm gonna switch it up like that. So I just cut my crease off camera, but I am watching Mel Thompson and her video with Kelsey Brianna J, and it's so much fun. They're guessing, or Mel is guessing, if the product that Kelsey is giving her is high-end or drugstore, and they're just so amazing together. I think that they're so much fun. But I need to swatch this shade Liberation. Oh, look at that. Let's swatch it together. That is like wet. Oh my god. It's such a beautiful greeny blue yellowy shade. I would buy this palette only for this shade. Oh my god, I am gonna use that one. But I want to go in with something else as well. I actually think I'm gonna take the shade Peace, which is this one, and then I'm gonna take Liberation. So let's just start off with that. That's pretty, but it's not like a foiled shadow. But it's pretty. And can you see that I don't have a lot of fallout today? So now I'm taking the shade Liberation. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you see how wet this looks? I am amazed at this. Oh my god, yeah, I adore this. So I am going to just clean up a little bit and then do my lashes, and then I'll be right back so we can do the face and hopefully talk a little bit more. I haven't been like super chatty in this video, so we'll see, but I will be right back. So I did do my primer off camera, but now I'm gonna go in with foundation, and I am gonna take the Isadora Cover Up Foundation and Conceal Foundation. I don't know if you have seen that video, but I did upload a video that was like my unofficial product pan. I'm trying to use up some products off camera. Not off camera, I use them on camera as well. I need a mirror. I use them on camera as well. It's just that I try to finish some of the products up because I want to get rid of them from my collection because of certain things, like they are either old or they're about to get old, or I just like to have sort of some projects. Because foundation, for instance, I think that I'm going to go on a no-buy when it comes to foundations and other things when it comes to my collection, because I have accumulated so many different products that I know that I will not have time to finish up. So I do need to declutter some of the products, and then I need to just go on a no-buy and remember to use up the products that I do have. This is a little light for me. No, dark for me, I mean. Oh my god. I am gonna take a little bit of my Revolution Conceal and Define foundation just in this little cocktail. And I'm doing that in the center of the face. That Revolution foundation, I've actually used so much and it's never empty. Like, it's never getting empty. I don't know what it is about it. And it doesn't even contain 30 milliliters. I think it contains like 30, no. How much does this bad boy contain? 23 milliliters. So it's lasted me a pretty long time actually. So I'm gonna take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I think that it's a little bit too light for me, but to be honest, almost all of my concealers are too light for me currently, so yeah. I think that this was a pretty okay shade. So for powder today, I'm gonna use my Fenty powder, which is my all-time favorite powder. This is in the shade Butter. So I'm sorry that I'm not like talking that much. I don't know, I felt super chatty when I sat down to film, but then when I sat down I was like, okay. You know, it's kind of getting a little bit awkward, and then I can hear Nicholas, he's outside this room, and he's cleaning a little bit, so I can hear him, and every time I hear him I'm like I don't know why. I'm more comfortable filming when I'm home alone, but it's not like I'm uncomfortable filming when he's home. It's just that I hear him walking around, which kind of distracts me a little bit. But yeah, okay, let me talk a little bit about the Morphe palette that I used, because I didn't say anything about it. You could obviously see that I loved one of the shimmer shades, like this one that I have in my inner corner. It's just right up my alley. I love light shimmers like that, and then like this duochrome beautiful shift that it had to it, and it also makes the skin look like wet. If that wasn't highlight, I would be all over it. So I think that this palette was really beautiful. Some of the shimmers, now I have a little bit of mascara here, I'm gonna remove it later on, but some of the shimmers were, I wouldn't call them lackluster, but you know, there are different formulas when it comes to the shimmers. So some are just like shimmers, some are like this foiled or whatever. The mattes were nice, they blended beautifully. The only shade that was a little bit harder to blend out was this purple, but it wasn't bad or anything. It was just a little bit harder to work with. From my first impression, I could totally recommend it. I thought that it was I really liked the look, and I thought that the shades worked beautifully. They blended out together beautifully. So I zoomed you guys in a little bit so we can do our under eyes, and I think I actually want to go for something really pink under my eyes. We don't have a pink shimmer. That kind of surprised me a little bit. We have a purple shimmer and a peach shimmer, like this one. It's sort of like a pinky peach. But let me start off with the shade SF, which is this one. It has a little bit of a pink glitter in it, but usually shades like that, they blend away, so it really doesn't matter. Oh, sorry. So I'm just gonna apply it with a stiff brush, sort of like to here. So in the middle of the eye, I'm stopping right there. And then I'm gonna take the shade Sexuality, which is this pinky shade. So I'm just taking that on a little Beach Cosmetics brush and then blending this out a little bit just to make it a little bit more pink and blown out. Okay, so I'm actually gonna try something. I'm gonna take the shade Sexuality once again and I'm gonna stamp it under my eyes. So since that shade is very, very neon-y, it is a little bit more, it has a little bit more kick up than some of the other shades that I've used today. And then I'm gonna take the shade 1978, which is this beautiful like purpley duochrome, and I'm gonna apply it on top of this pink shade. It doesn't really happen a lot. I might need to wet it. Definitely wet it, but I think it looks really, really beautiful. It gives it sort of like a purple pinky look. And then I'm gonna take the shade Liberation in my inner corner. Do you see that? That is so pretty. I was so surprised because Nicholas just closed the door and I was like, what? So I looked and he's not in the apartment. He just left. He said that he was going to go out, so I knew that he was gonna take Siggy out for a longer walk. They were gonna go to the woods and I don't know, do something. But still, like, he usually says goodbye. So I was like, what the fuck? Could see him walk outside and he was just like, bye-bye. No, he didn't even say bye-bye. Okay, taking the Revolution Pro Pigment Pomade in the shade Ocean Blue. And then we're just gonna take this in our little waterline. Let's contour a little bit. I am gonna take my beloved Revolution Pro 4K bronzer palette. I love this mother effer. Looks like this. I actually am really, really close to hitting pan in I think both of these shades actually, but I've thought that for months and months. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so close to hitting pan, and then I never do. So yeah, continue to use it all the time because I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to hit pan, I'm about to hit pan, I'm about to hit pan. I never do. Comment if you relate. So I'm just going in really lightly down here and then up here. You know, I love eye looks like this, but I know that people, they don't. Every time, for instance, if I upload a Instagram picture or something and a brand reposts it, the hate is coming. Every single time. I never get scared. I never get sad about that because I don't know. I think that it is because I'm so confident in my own makeup, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm so good at makeup. No, that's not what I mean. This brush sheds like a mother effer, but it's just that I like the makeup that I do, so to me it really doesn't bother me if others don't. But what bothers me is the fact that people can be so brutal, they can be so nasty, and I just don't think that that's okay. I think that you should always try and be kind to other people, and if you don't, then I'm so sorry for you. Like, you should definitely try to change the way you act. Do I see a lot of makeup looks on Instagram and on YouTube that I'm like, what the F is that? Yes, I do. The difference is that I don't comment on their videos or pictures or wherever it is and say like, oh my god, you look horrible. Like, I would never go out with that, or you need to blend better, or you shouldn't have used that lipstick, or I don't know, do like vomiting emojis just to hurt someone. I just don't understand that really. If you don't like it, then you can just either, if you follow me, you can unfollow me, and if you don't, then you can just scroll past it. I see this on so many other channels as well, like on others' Instagrams and on people that I think are absolutely perfection, and if someone doesn't edit their videos, you know, blur out the skin, then people say that it's just nasty and it's ugly and they look so like cakey. And if they do blur out the skin, they're like, fake. People are never happy. So I am a little bit more tan than I usually am, so I thought that I would try out my Morphe bronzer. This is in the shade Celebutante. I bought the completely wrong shade. I should have bought another one, like a lighter one, but this is the one I bought, so I thought that we could try it out today. Oh my god, my nose is looking horrible. I'm gonna take some of the excess powder of my Real Techniques brush and just apply this. Or the sponge, I mean. I do like the bronzer. It applies very warm, but I do think that it's cute. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite bronzer because I do actually prefer a cool tone bronzer. I'm not too much into the warm bronzers, but I would say that this is a pretty neat one. It is applying like a satin shade. I think that this is warm, but it's not orange, and I think that it applies super beautiful actually. For highlight, we're gonna kick it super old school. I'm gonna take my Mirror Luminizer, and I haven't used this in a pretty long time, so I'm excited to do so. Mary, 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 you always come through to me, for me. So I thought that we could continue with this little Morphe route. So I'm gonna take my Morphe blush palette. This is a really good blush palette, if I'm gonna be honest. They do have a peachy one as well, but this is the pink one. I only picked up the pink one because it's my kind of colors. When I think about the makeup community and so on, so many people are so many new channels that start out are so scared of, and I'm saying this a little bit like, I'm talking in general. I'm not saying that this applies for every person, but a lot of people that starts out are scared of getting hate. And I think that even though I think that it's so pathetic when people say, well, you're on social media, so you should accept it. Like, no, why should I accept it? I'm always gonna try and look for change. I think that it's just stupid to say that you should accept it, but I do think that you need to accept the fact that you will get some hate. And if you are a person that you know that you cannot handle hate, or people criticizing you, like, hate is one thing, but when people criticizing you, I think that you shouldn't be on social media and have a channel or a platform, because there are so many people that will get hurt. If you think that you are that person and that you will get hurt just because someone thumbs down your video, then I don't think that you should be on social media, because it is really hard and it is really tough. And if you are gonna let someone that thumbs down your video affect you that much that it will eventually hurt yourself, I think that it might be best to kind of consider what you should do, because if you're that person, then I think that it ultimately will hurt you. So I couldn't find my lip liner that I usually use from BH Cosmetics, so I took this one, which is from Kicks. If you live in Sweden, Finland, or Norway where they have Kicks, like, definitely go ahead and check them out. They are phenomenal, so glidey and so beautiful. This is in the shade Bare Beauty. But I thought that I would take my Morphe lipstick. I remember when I bought this, I fell in love with it. It's very disgusting looking, and I think that this has melted when it has been in my purse. Look at that. It's, oh my god, it's fucking disgusting. Ugh. Oh my god. It must have melted when it has been in my purse. We're gonna use this today anyway. This lipstick is so beautiful. It's so glossy. It's perfect. This is in the shade Wink Wink. I love these lipsticks. I only have one of them, but I do really like this. And now that I saw how disgusting it looks, I think I'm gonna try and pan it. Okay guys, this is the finished look, and I'm not really gonna talk about the base products because I've used them so many times, so nah. But the palette, such an amazing palette, and I forgot to tell this, or I forgot to tell you this, but the reason why I also really love this is because of the size. Morphe has like really big palettes, and don't get me wrong, this is still a big palette, but when they released the James Charles palette, I really wanted that, but it came to my attention that he is a little bit problematic, and now I have heard all of the drama and so on. So I'm glad that I didn't purchase it, but I think that I really wanted it because of the shades that was in the bottom, like the colorful shades, and I feel like this is such a good alternative for that. When it comes to rainbow palettes like my Viseart palette, I am a little bit done with them. Like I feel like these are a little bit dull, but when it comes to beautiful rainbow palettes like this that has a bunch of different shimmers in it, it has glitter shades in it, it has duochromes, it has mattes, it has a great variety of colors. But one thing that I would like to complain about is the fact that the mattes are very mid-tone, and then you don't really have that many deep shades except for this shade Truth, which is a purple. But other than that, I feel like you have a lot of these like mid-tones. Like this is a light one, but this is a little bit more mid-tone, but you do have the black, so you can amp it up a little bit. So I'm so excited to continue to use this because I think that you can do so many beautiful colors with this palette, or many beautiful looks with this palette. I am so excited that I have this palette. It's a really beautiful palette, and I want to say a huge thank you to my friend Jessica for sending it to me. It means more than you would ever know, and of course I will have Jessica's channel linked in my description box, so you can go ahead and check her out. But yeah, I think that that was all that I had to talk about today. Sorry if it was a little bit like I didn't talk anything and then I talked sometimes, but you know, we change moods all the time and we are the way we are. Sometimes we are a little bit more chatty and sometimes we're not. But that is gonna do it for today's video. If you liked it, thumbs the video up. If you didn't enjoy it, please thumbs the video down. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!